If you don't leave now, we'll die together, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
纵横荧幕53年007真的很棒。恶魔四伏不仅是上一集，也就是2012年的空降危机后，丹尼尔·克雷格3年来唯一的新作，更是史上预算最高的庞德电影。
So what's going on, James? They say you're finished.
What do you think?
I think you're just getting started.
不止3亿5千万美金的预算成为最贵007，恶魔四伏也是系列电影中最长的一部。有趣的是，最短的007也是丹尼尔·克雷格演的量子危机，最长最短都是他，真是棒。
Everybody had a desire to do a bigger and better movie.
007电影一定要走遍世界各地，这次可以说唱起了《冰与火之歌》，一下带你到奥地利雪山飙车飙飞机，一下又到了撒哈拉沙漠经历沙尘暴。不过庞德史上动员最大的场面非这个莫属。
When I watched the Bond movies as a kid, the locations were incredibly important. The fact that you were transported somewhere. So we want to transport an audience to Mexico City, but we also want to thrill them with an action sequence.
I wanted to get back to some of that old school glamour. I wanted to have a great, magnificent festival in a huge South American city. Well, it doesn't get any bigger than Mexico City and Day of the Dead.
I mean, just the fact that we had 1,000 extras, which certainly, I mean, you know, the joke of it is with 1,000 extras, you throw them into the street and they get soaked up. But what it did is it allowed us to do it. It gave us great depth when we were shooting inside, and of course we'll augment it and we'll make them many more people. But 1,000 extras going through makeup and hair every morning in incredible costumes, and each individually done, you know, just beautifully by the Mexican crew. And then the spectacle, and then helicopters flying over, and the whole thing. It's rare. I've never, you know, I've been doing this a while. I've seen quite a lot on these movies, but nothing as grand as that.
有多少男生看007就是冲着他总是开着最新最炫的跑车？这最新概念车从0加速到100公里只需4.7秒，光听这引擎声，再和反派的另一台超跑尬掐，好像在演玩命关头。不过车子再炫也只能望车兴叹，因为车商总共只造了10台，8台拍戏实用，2台宣传用，其中1台明年慈善拍卖，肯定是天价。咱们还是在大荧幕看看就好。敢开车追庞德的是去年才以卖翻的星际义工队闯出名堂的戴夫巴蒂斯塔。
Action is nothing new to you, but we heard that you got some bruises and Daniel punched you in your nose. What happened?
It's just one of those things, you know, and this is one of the things that, you know, makes these types of scenes dangerous is when you're being very physical, and we want this to look as real as possible. We don't want it to look at it and think, oh God, this is, you know, it's obviously fake. We want it to look, you know, like it's a real fight because people get emotionally kind of absorbed into it. So we were just very physical with each other. And it was just one of those things where we were just both a little bit off in timing, and he was swinging his punch like he was supposed to be doing, and I was trying to get out of the way like I was supposed to be doing. But my nose just didn't get out of the way fast enough and just connected, and it was one of those things where it was so loud that everybody knew it was a real hit because you could hear everybody go, oh! And the camera dropped real fast because my nose immediately just started bleeding. But yeah, he just punched me in the nose.
We know you are a very big fan of Bond movie, and what was your first day like?
My first
Exciting?
day? My first day on set was actually pretty easy. It was the quietest set that I've ever walked into. It was, you know, I've heard it described. I'm stealing this line, but it's almost like being in church. It's very, very quiet. People are always being very respectful, and I think that's all due to Sam Mendes. I think people just really respect him and just want to keep it quiet. I've never heard him tell anybody to shut up, so I imagine it's something that he requires for everybody to be quiet on set. But it was very quiet, very slow.
You came across me so many times, and yet you never saw me.
It was me, James, the author of all your pain.
反派通常需要强大的演技，克里斯多夫·华兹是庞德电影反派史上第3位奥斯卡得主。这次他不用打，不用跑，轻轻松松就搞得007七荤八素。
How do you get into the mood before you have to do some very dark things?
Well, you know, it depends. It depends a little bit of what is required and where you are and what gap you have to bridge. And I usually like just a moment of quiet and concentration, regardless of what it is.
Listen to any music?
No, because music is its own. I find music as a background noise unbearable. When I listen to music, I'm interested in the music. This constant bombardment, and I don't refer to that music as music anyway. I refer to it as pollution. Music is in my view, the most demanding art form. So when I hear music that is interesting, I stop everything and listen to the music. And if the music is not stopping me from what I do, it bothers me.
He kind of came along and just relished doing this, and I hope has had a lot of fun doing it. But, you know, again, we're just blessed. I mean, it sort of was the icing on the cake when Christoph said yes, and we knew that then that part was going to be in safe hands. He's a lot of fun to be around, and you know, we kind of, you know, as was everybody said.
Why does man choose the life of an assassin?
Well, it was that or the priesthood.
90年代超级性感偶像莫妮卡·贝露奇今年51岁，依旧风韵犹存，跟007说真的也没差几岁嘛，所以有她当然没问题。
And we know you screen test for Bond Girl before, and what's the biggest difference between this one and the one before?
It was a long time ago, and actually maybe I was too young for the role. No, I'm kidding. But it's so incredible and great to have the chance to be in this Bond, because I had the chance to work with Sam Mendes and I respect him so much, and to have those beautiful moments of acting with Daniel Craig. Daniel is such a gentleman as a person, and then of course as a James Bond, and we have these beautiful moments of acting where we're kissing and we're fighting and it's like a tango.
How about the slap? Is it one take or
few takes? But he's acting.
She was the right person for the part, and yes, you know, it's sort of it's getting into this sort of issue of older actresses. It's like I don't, you know, she's Monica Bellucci.
能让007只爱美人不爱江山的庞德女郎，由30岁的法国女星雷亚瑟杜担纲。别看她电影里性感到爆表，私底下她可是个害羞小女生。
I tried to focus, you know, but I was really shy. And in the first scene, you can see that I was really shy.
The first scene is the first scene you shoot?
Yeah, it's the second one. The first one was when I yelled at him in the mountains.
Get away from me!
It was easy to hide my shyness because I was yelling at him. But the second time I was quite shy, and you can see that I'm a little unsure of myself at this moment.
And we know you drink some beer before the audition. And does it help at all?
No, it didn't help because I ruined the casting. I think it's not a good idea to have a beer before. Even
so
when you act, it's not
or?
good. No, I was not drunk. I had just some, not a whole beer. It was just a few sips. But I don't know. I think, you know, I was shy, and so I lost the lines.
So when you're in character, you'll be confident, and when you're in your person, you'll be shy. Is that?
Yeah, sometimes on the set I was like between takes I was like hee hee and I'm shy, and then action.
Very
sure of myself. I had to do the stuff myself, and I didn't know I had to do it, so. But you know, when everybody's waiting for you and it's like, okay, go ahead, Leia. You're like, okay, I have to do it. So yeah, I did it, and I was scared.
One take?
I was scared. No, I did 2 or 3 takes because there was some where I was screaming, like ah! They couldn't keep it, so had to do it again. But I think that even Daniel was scared.
You can't drive a car, but you drove a boat in this film.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, how was
Yeah,
that
nobody
experience?
told me about it. No, I'm not driving the boat. There's someone inside the boat who's driving. But I was pretending I was driving the boat. It was very funny.
And we know one thing you were scared and very shy, the love scene with Daniel. So did you talk about it before or rehearse?
You're always shy before, you know, a love scene. But you know, I think we're all in the same. We're all shy, actually. All the actors, I think. Rare to see someone who's very confident and let's do it, you know. Let's kiss. No. It's always you. It's like, you know. But it was fun. I mean, you know, it's acting and it's part of the game.
To like the real James Bond,
Yes.
if there was a real James Bond,
Yes.
and this is the real Dave Bautista meeting
Yes.
James Bond,
Yeah.
I would probably say, you know, me, I'm such a huge geek and I'm such a huge fanboy. I'd probably just say, oh, I'm such a fan, man. It's so good to meet you. Probably ask for a picture. I'm a fan like you know, most people.
What would be the
It's
first?
impossible because James Bond doesn't exist. But some way, I think that behind each man there is an hero.
I would say, what year are you from?
Why? Why do you want to?
Well, because there is no such thing as a James Bond.
Oh, yes.
You know, there are many James Bonds, and even in their more or less restricted incarnation of one actor over the course of 10 years, like in Daniel's case, that changes. He's not the same person he was 10 years ago. And so Bond is just tagging along with him at the moment. You know, there is no James Bond without Daniel. There will be, but at the moment there isn't.
So hello Taiwan, and I hope you will see the film and hope you will enjoy it.
Hey, Taiwan, I want to encourage everybody to go out, check out Spectre. It's something awesome and something special, something you've never seen before. So I really want you to go out and check this movie out. I'm very proud of it. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Monica Bellucci. Go and see Spectre.